Hey guys, back here again with another review. Today of the debut album from 6ix9ine, Dummy Boy. And oh boy, is there a lot to talk about. One of the most controversial figures in the music industry right now, 6ix9ine makes aggressive, in-your-face, almost ear rape rap. Yet, that isn't really why he's controversial at all. One thing that plagued his career early on, and still to this day, is his pedophile charge, which he did plead guilty to, but later on in an interview with academics, I believe, he said that he started to backpedal on it, saying that the only reason he said that was so he could get a deal, and that it just made things easier for him money-wise and all of that. And of course, I don't know if that's true or at all, and of course there's like video evidence, but that's beside the point here. But still, we aren't really touching on anything that's going on with the guy today. After several seemingly fabricated beefs with brief collaborator Trippie Redd, as well as a few real ones like more realistic ones like with guys like YG. Just recently, just before the release of Dummy Boy was supposed to be scheduled, 6ix9ine was arrested. He was arrested for racketeering along with several of his people that were in his supposed gang that it's kind of in between on if it's a gang or just like his little fan club or whatever. Shortly after his arrest, it was announced that the album was being pushed back indefinitely. And then soon after, it turned out that he was not going to get bail and it was going to be stuck in jail until September of next year when his trial is up. 6ix9ine then came to the decision himself that the album should just be released, announcing it through academics, one of his friends, and sure enough, it came out a few days later than expected, but it is here. His debut mixtape, which also came out in 2018, Day 6ix9ine, was not really an eye-opening experience for me or anybody else, I feel like. Pretty much just full of songs that already sounded like his breakout hit Gummo. And then after 6ix9ine, new singles with a boyish art style were released that sort of hinted to the eventual album, Dummy Boy. The album opens up with one of the singles, Stupid, featuring the imprisoned Bobby Shmurda, as well as production by Tay Keith. The first thing that caught my attention was the step up in production, not really just going with this overblown trap beat, and instead having some originality in it and some more character. 6ix9ine's rapping, however, not really much of an upgrade there, sounding just as silly and ridiculous as he's ever sounded. Meanwhile, Bobby's verse on the thing was obviously there for the hype around Bobby Shmurda being locked up and not really around the fact that he's a good rapper at all, because he's in prison. It's a phone verse, and it's one of the lead singles. The first song on his album has a phone verse in it. It is so obvious that this was just for the hype, not really because 6ix9ine thought Bobby Shmurda would sound good on the album. And they even have to cut out the beat for Bobby Shmurda's verse because otherwise you can't hear what he's uttering through the mic. The second track, Fifi, is by far the biggest song 6ix9ine has had commercially, with it featuring Nicki Minaj as well as producer Murda Beats. A big notable thing, one of the things I did like about Day 6ix9ine on the song Chocolate, he doesn't scream, he doesn't yell, he kind of just goes with this more stripped back kind of sound, or rapping style. And I didn't feel it was perfect there, but I think he is working towards something better, as he does use it on Fifi, with kind of just sounding more natural and usual as a rapper, but he still sounds like 6ix9ine. It's not like he just has an everyday voice that every other rapper sounds like. The beat doesn't have as much as interesting aspects as Stupid, but it isn't a terrible trap beat. It's not subpar by any means. It's a higher end trap beat. It's just not, it doesn't have as many interesting aspects to it. Nicki also sounds pretty good on the track, sharing the same flow as 6ix9ine for a lot of it. And then on the track Mama, Nicki also appears again with another big name guest, Kanye West. And on these two tracks, this is how I feel 6ix9ine should personally, obviously it is personal preference, as some people do like the yelling, obviously, as some of his songs are extremely popular, but I just like his more stripped back sound. It's just so much more tolerable and pleasing to the ear, and not ear rape. But on this track, like Fifi, he does have that more stripped back sound that is so much more smoother and just nice. Kanye and Nicki both deliver decent verses. I mean, compared to Fifi, they're not really that fantastic. They're just kind of there to fill the gaps, I feel like, and they do their job pretty much. But the beat is so unique on this thing as well. It's recognizable right from the get-go. Kanye then also makes a second appearance later on the album on the song Kinga. Unfortunately, however, 6ix9ine drops that good sound that he's been using and returns to that yell, and it just doesn't complement with Kanye. There's a portion in the song where they kind of go back and forth for a little while, and the yelling of 6ix9ine's voice compared to the just regular sound of Kanye does not complement each other. It just feels awkward. Another one of 6ix9ine's yelling tracks, Kika, I did find Tory Lanez to be some sort of redemption for the track, with him really sounding very smooth and clean with the unique production that's on it as well. And this production features a kind of plinking beat that he obviously just got producers to just kind of step up their work, and it might have also be because the producers maybe realized that 6ix9ine is kind of a big deal. He's not just a one-hit wonder, so they started giving more higher quality beats that were more definite to be hits, like Fifi. TikTok was the last song on the album that I enjoyed, and it features Lil Baby with the in-pocket sound and guitar that comes with Lil Baby a lot, as well as Gunna, who is featured later on the album as a not so adds an impressive beat. And it seems 6ix9ine may have realized that these were his best tracks to offer too, stacking them all right at the top of the list. And after these tracks, it kind of just goes back to his typical growl and groan. Other than two tracks in particular, BB and Mala, featuring Annual Ah. I don't really understand why both of the tracks were included when they could have just had BB, which is the superior of the two, as they're pretty much just the same thing, just Latin rap pop, but BB just has the better production. I mean, they kind of just, Mala just sounds like a watered down version of BB. And of course, just the touch on the lyrics on this thing, it's the usual. 6ix9ine did not really prepare anything grand or new lyrically. It's just more of the same. 6ix9ine may be charting higher than ever, but he isn't really adding or making any contribution to making his game better. The only improvements show up in the production, and that really has little part to even do with 6ix9ine. So in the end, I'm going to give this album a 4. So let me know what you guys thought of the album here, what I should review next. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. See you. Bye.